In 1996, the world's first cloned animal came to life. Scientists say that the cloned sheep suffered lung conditions that caused it to pass out frequently. Currently, companies are cloning thoughts and personalities, but the ultimate cloning technology will be to produce human beings. While the idea of recreating your husband when he dies sounds fun, there are some drawbacks. For today's video, we will share the rising world of building AI human clones and how dangerous it is. Let us get started. In 1996, the Roslin Institute Edinburgh successfully cloned a sheep. Dolly the sheep, as the animal is called, came from the udder cells of an ewe. During that era, Ian Wilmot and his colleagues were trying out something fun and exciting. Little did they know that their success would rage the world into a potentially risky business of cloning mammals and humans. The ongoing artificial intelligence news implies that research into AI cloning humans is primarily to cure diseases. If the perfect blood cells and blood groups exist, there will be no way someone will be born with sickle cell anemic. Of course, couples with fertility issues have a higher chance of naturally making children if cloning technology advances. However, there are always those who take advantage of such excellent opportunities to push greedy and unsafe tactics. In fact, the ability to clone animals and humans leaves a large section of the general public, especially AI alarmists concerned with scientific, ethical, and moral concerns. Some are still not convinced about humanoid robots yet. Companies have started replacing employees with digital clones thanks to the efforts of AI. Many pro-robot companies work to improve productivity by acquiring audio and visual clones, memory and personality clones, consumer behavior clones, and digital thought clones. While these cloning systems are highly recommended, how many of them are successful? We will give you an accurate statistic on the success rate of clones shortly. For her Master of Engineering thesis at the University of California, Berkeley, Satomi Angelica Murayama published a paper for her mechanical engineering studies, which indicated that AI human clones are a societal danger. According to Murayama, currently a computer-aided engineer at Applied Materials Inc., human beings should not be cloned because cloning is a risky, imperfect procedure. It does not create an exact copy of an individual, and it poses ethical concerns by using human beings as a means to an end, opening up possibilities for abuse and allowing eugenic selection. Before we get into tech news and update ourselves on current happenings, we should first establish the cloning options available to scientists today. In our everyday vocabulary, a clone is someone who looks exactly like you. Therefore, if there is an identical looking person to another, we say, "I met your clone." This in the world of AI cloning is reproductive cloning. To fulfill this theory, scientists use a somatic cell nuclear transfer. The idea is for a mammal to improve livestock breeding by producing genetically identical offspring to the donor. Aside from reproductive cloning, therapeutic cloning also exists. Here, cloning is meant to replace damaged tissues and organs in the recipient. The difference between the two is that reproductive cloning is an embryo implanted in the uterine area, while therapeutic cloning creates embryonic stem cells, not the embryo itself. These ideal cloning concepts in the perfect world should end all rare and devastating human diseases. However, that process does not boast such successes. For the Center of Bioethics and Human Dignity, Dave Weldon published Why Human Cloning Must Be Banned Now in 2002. He outlined how low the success rate of cloning is. 95 to 97% of animal cloning attempts still fail, and the scientists who cloned Dolly failed 276 times before they succeeded in producing a single live-born clone of an adult sheep, according to findings of Weldon. Suppose yours succeeds. Are you sure you know what that will mean? Later, we will detail some of the misconceptions surrounding human clones and what the truth is. Allowing cloning to happen freely would have considerable damage to people's psychology. We will deal with people enticing others to mate for specific desirable hereditary traits selectively. These people would be bought either with money or under some manipulation. Moreover, there is a strong ethical concern that people within such underprivileged pools will be the lab rats of multiple experiments. In fact, it also has the potential to reduce the diversity in our human gene pool. Human dignity will be erased, and they will now be born purposefully as donors and nothing more. Once we allow such harvesting ideas to creep up, we will create a world of subordinates, much like the regrettable days when some races were legally considered inferior. We have yet to discover the possibility of people looking down on cloned babies and having names like designer babies for them. If you find all of this a bit spooky, subscribe to the channel. And if you think this is cool, tell us why in the comments. The concern of how cloning turns out in animals cannot be ignored when we start to think of humans. Many scientists have shared that it is possible for more failure rates in cloning humans. Another study in 1999 indicated that cloning humans could lead to serious genetic malfunctions, low life expectancy, and various cancerous attacks besides failure. The chances of abnormalities and organ failures are also remarkably high. Further, an expectation does not match the reality of delivering cloned humans. For instance, we are shaped by more than just genetic makeup. Thus, a cloned version of another human does not guarantee that they will end up as the same human being. Take twins as a case study. They are the ultimate clones among us. We can all argue that we have never met twins with the same interests, tastes, and personalities. We grow up into individuals and become what our environment teaches us. Lastly, cloned humans will be babies and not adults. Suppose you clone your child in college because he has little time to live. He will start again as a child and not the same one you have loved for 2 decades. Are you up for that heartbreak with the potential of other genetic malfunctions that could cause the baby to die or live through a life of pain for the rest of its life? Think about it. We are not against all technology, as our channel brings you the best information on the future of tech. Check out this insights video we made on Tesla Optimus robot is finally here. This is getting interesting.